Hey, it's Jasmine, and I'm out here at a house in Hilton, and I'm going to answer some of the questions that we're getting in the office. And one of those questions is, with this big snowfall and all the snow on the ground, what is it we're actually doing when we're coming out? And the other question we're getting is, help, can you help me? We got mice in the house. So what I'm going to do here is service a bait station, kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Now, just because the snowfall happened and you can't see rodent activity doesn't mean there isn't rodent activity going on under the snow. In fact, it's definitely going on under the snow. Sometimes as it melts, you'll see where activity has happened, and all it is protecting them. It's protecting you from seeing them, but it doesn't mean the activity has stopped or it isn't happening. In fact, with the cold weather, it could be increasing because they're foraging for food and they're looking for warm places around your house. Now, this house particularly, they bought this house in the fall and they hadn't had a chance to make renovations that they know they need to make. So what Exodus is doing out here is population control and prevention. And I'll be able to show you some of the areas where they had activity, some of the things that they're going to do to make changes in the spring to kind of prevent that rodent activity and insect activity going forward. But this is a great example of services that we do in the winter and ways of controlling the population, if not eliminating it, and making this house a rodent-free and pest-free home. So as you can see, there's snow all across here. In many cases, the bait stations are under a couple feet of snow, and so our technicians come with shovels, snow gear, and they're prepared to dig out your bait station. And like I said, the rodent activity is under the snow. You may see some activity tracks on top of the snow, but they're protected under that snow. So often, you won't even know that there is activity. All right, so of course, if needed, they're digging out these bait stations, cracking them open and seeing what the activity is that's going on inside. So these are locked, tamper-proof bait stations. The average customer isn't going to have access into one of these bait stations unless they have the key, and your technician will come with it. Kind of looks similar to this, and it allows them to pop open it and maintain your bait station, but keeps your family safe. So this is what we expect to see when we're opening it. There is activity. They're eating off of these cubes. This one does still have a cube that's untouched. Now they have seeds in there, there's droppings, and those are all signs and evidence that there is activity going on in this bait station. Now we also do put punch cards into these bait stations, and that just helps monitor when they were serviced last and keeps track of the activity that you had going on in your bait station. Alright, so now as I mentioned, this customer bought this home in the fall. We did an inspection for them. We pointed out some areas of concern, some places that there will be pest activity if it's not updated or maintained. And so being that it was the end of fall, they knew that they did have to make some changes, and come spring they're going to. And that's why they're doing rodent prevention here. You'll notice that a lot of the shrubbery comes up and actually touches the house. And during the inspection, that was some of the feedback that we gave this customer. To let them know that come spring, they're going to want to trim this away. These little branches that come and touch the siding make perfect highway for insects and other pests to come right onto the siding, find ways in around the windows or the soffit. And so it is important to trim away any of the shrubbery that may be touching your house. I wanted to show you this. Just because you can't see under all that snow doesn't mean there's not perfect tunnels that the mice or any other rodent are using under the snow. As you can see, there's a lot that goes into a winter program like this. Every time your technician's out, he's taking a full perimeter walk around your property. He's looking for new entry points. He's looking for signs of activity and ways that he can tweak your program to make it better fit for your property. Maybe he's out here for a corrective service, or maybe he's out there for something like this house, where we're controlling the population and making sure that they're not moving into your home. Now, there's lots of different things that we can do for you if you're having rodent activity. Call our customer service, we'll set something up and get a technician out to do a full inspection and set up the best program for your property.